one of integrative nutrition founders, Josh Rosenthal, has a favorite time management technique. There's a metaphor that every day you have a jar and the jar gets filled with big rocks, small rocks, and grains of sand. Big rocks is basically your non-negotiables, your top priorities, things you have to get done, your goals. Examples would be going to the gym, eating healthy, spending time with family, like whatever it is for you. Small rocks are the things that you need to do or enjoy to do, but if you didn't get them done, it's not crucial. All the things that you wish that you could get done if you had enough time, but like doing the small rocks a little bit every day, even if you can't get all of them done, like putting in a few, it's just good. Examples are working on a project or reading or something like that. And then grains of sand are all of the mundane day-to-day tasks that you're responsible for. For example, running errands, house chores, stuff like that. Grains of sand then start to feel less like mundane tasks and more like, oh, I have a little break. The idea is then that you first put your big rocks, then your small rocks, then your grains of sand, because that way everything fits into the jar. I have been basically doing that, and I literally have that at the top of my notes, and it's really overzichtelijk, which I can't think of the word in English. I guess clear, like it's a clear overview. When I compare this week to last week, this week has just gone so much better. You can just adapt it and change it the way that you want to and just like try it out. I've moved things from big rocks to little rocks because I thought that they were big priorities but realized that they weren't. Now comes the other part. Like, you have a good plan, but can you follow through on that plan? And I feel like that's where a lot of us also maybe like struggle or like stop or get frozen. So like maybe you have made your list, but then you're somehow not making yourself do it, or somehow you're not motivated enough to do it. I feel like in general, I have a lot of energy and I try to get things done, but it does not always come easy for me, and there have been several days where I really just wanted to sleep in, not get up with boss, not go on the walk, because technically I could miss it. Okay, the alarm goes off. The first thing that I think literally in that moment, do I need this sleep? Do I need this break? Or do I just really want it? So then it becomes a question of, is this gonna be better for my well-being even though I don't want it? Or am I just choosing something that's more pleasurable than the reality? Picking well-being over pleasure can be your best friend if you're not needing that break. It's being honest with yourself of, am I too drained where I will just, I literally physically just cannot do it? And like, if that's the case, then you have a whole other day of work ahead of you, to be completely honest, to figure out like what's up. If you know that it's just hard, then at a certain point, like after you make that decision, you just have to do it. Just accepting not everything that you're gonna do is pleasurable, but trying to remember the rewarded feeling you have of when it gets done can help you accept it better, So listening to my inner voice sometimes of just it being like, you know what, like you can do it. You do kind of have to intrinsically motivate yourself and like kind of build up this positive, encouraging parenting voice and just start like living up to it. Okay, the last thing that has really been motivating me is thinking about whenever I live up to the things that I know and say that I want to do. It is such a different feeling when you actually get things done. It makes you feel more confident. It makes you feel good. You get energy from doing things. And then when you have your break or your weekends or your vacation, it's not just like expected. It's like you savor that weekend. Like, it's such a different feeling. I think that's the best of both worlds, right? So like if you just also try to remind yourself of that's how it could be, or that's how it will be. Just say like, even though it's hard now, it's worth it. For me, one of those things is editing, and it's not because I don't enjoy editing, it's just sometimes for me, like, it's such a daunting task. So what I've been ending up doing lately is just like cutting up some lemons and some oranges, putting them in a pitcher, and like putting it near me, like putting a cute cozy setup, maybe some background music, maybe not, like depending on what I'm editing, and then like finding my small wins whenever I do something that I really love in my editing, or maybe having like a break planned or a pause or a reward planned after completing this much of editing. So if it is something that you continuously are dreading and you're continuously like just having such a hard time, you're trying your best to motivate yourself and it's just not working out, like reflect a little bit, like step back a little bit, like why is it that way? If it's something that you truly just need to do, find a way to make it as easy as possible. Like if it's gonna be hard, it's gonna be hard, but like what are things that you can do to either make your surroundings cozier, or taking that first step can be easier? Like what's the first thing that you need to do, and can you do that? And then what's the next thing that you need to do, and can you do that? And like break it down and just figure out a way to make something that's gonna be hard as little miserable as possible, as least miserable as possible. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Thank you. This is the color that I ended up getting. I really like it. It's 12 o'clock and normally I would go home, make myself some lunch, and that would be that. But we just got an email saying that we're not getting our groceries delivered like normal. So we don't actually have very much food at home and I'm just really hungry. So I'm gonna go to Subway. It's the healthiest thing that I can think of at the moment and it's right down the street. So I'll get some lunch and then see what else I can do to be productive today, and I'll check in with you later. Bye. Have been editing this for so long. It's already 3:52, finally going up. So it is so weird editing again because like I just forgot how long it takes me. But yeah, it's already freaking like 4 o'clock. That's insane. I am so tired, but it makes sense and I'm gonna take it easy the rest of the day, do the things that I know I need to do still, or would at least really like to get done, and things that I will thank myself tomorrow for. I just have to push through it a little bit longer. It was really nice to have my little like break in the late morning, going to get my nails done and stuff, like just a change of scenery, getting out of the house again. I really love that nail place, and every time I go there I really just feel like, I don't know how to explain the feeling, but like, you know when you go to a place and it's like your place and you just feel like cozy and it's familiar and you just feel good? Well, that is that nail salon for me. I have the same thing with my hairdresser. Unfortunately, my hairdresser is an hour away. I still have not been able to find a hairdresser here that I like, but in general, I do have a tip for you if you are trying to find like your place, whether it be a restaurant or like a cafe or a gym or a nail salon or a hairdresser. Anything that you want to find is to type in whatever you're searching for on Groupon and just kind of hop around to any places that are doable for you until you actually just find one that you like, because that way it's a win-win. You can pay less for the service that you wanted to pay for anyway, and you can try out different places until you find what you want. That's what I did for this nail salon. I know how hard it can be to find like your place, especially if you've moved somewhere new. So I have actually created a guide. You can go into my Instagram if you don't already follow me there already. My username is @ShylaSky. When you look at my profile, if you see that third little icon here, if you just press it, you can see the guides that I've created. I've already created one for social media accounts that I really like to follow, but these are my favorite places to go to in the Netherlands. I also don't have that many, but the places that I do recommend here are ones that I really truly love and would recommend if you are looking for places to go as well. If you have any ideas or favorite places, especially in the Netherlands, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to check them out if I ever have the chance. And I'm just always looking for recommendations too, so definitely do that. Let's get the rest of the stuff done that we need to do. Let's go. I just put in some oat flour, peanut butter, honey, vanilla, a little bit of protein powder, dark chocolate, coconut oil, and hopefully it will be cookie dough balls. That's what I'm going for. It's pretty dry, so I just want to add a little bit of oat milk. Let's taste it. I'd recommend. If you're craving a cookie or something, this is a better go-to, I think.